The SpaceX Super Heavy Starship 1.0 will have the capability to launch 100 tons into orbit while maintaining its reusability throughout the process. That must have taken a lot of effort, right? But Elon Musk wants more, so SpaceX is developing another rocket that will blow your mind and is significantly larger and more advanced than Starship 1.0. Musk called it Starship 2.0. What can we anticipate from the Starship 2.0? What role will it play in helping Elon Musk realize his dream of Mars colonization? Let's take a look at it. But before we do, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these future uploads about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and much more. Let's get started. Elon Musk, the visionary founder of the private space company SpaceX, has worked hard on Spaceship rocket ever since he publicly declared his dream of colonizing Mars. The Starship rocket is a massive next-generation rocket that Musk hopes will soon carry humans to the moon and eventually to Mars. It is estimated that there is a minimum distance of approximately 33.9 million miles between Earth and Mars, and Musk's goal is to send over 1 million people to Mars by the end of the year 2050. Musk needs to bring many other things from Earth to the colony for it to become self-sufficient, which he estimated would amount up to 1 million tons of material. Since this would require a significant financial investment, Musk will need to devise a method that is both affordable and capable of transporting people from one planet to another. This is what brought about Starship 1.0. Let's take a look at Starship 1.0 so we can get an idea of how massive the Starship 2.0 will be. Starship 1.0 is taller than a Statue of Liberty when it is fully assembled and stacked with the Super Heavy rocket booster. Its total height is nearly 400 feet. It is taller than the Saturn V rocket, which was used during the Apollo program by NASA to transport American astronauts to the moon. The Starship 1.0 is an expandable rocket that can deliver up to 250 tons of whatever payload it is tasked with delivering into orbit. On the other hand, if it was a rocket that could be reused in its entirety, the Spaceship 1.0 could only carry a maximum cargo of about 150 tons. You will need a massive ship like that to function as a reusable colony wagon and as a space liner to transport passengers and cargo from Earth to Mars. And to be sincere, Starship 1.0 is not really up to the task when one considers the quantity of payload required to create a self-sufficient city on Mars. Musk claims that the next generation of starships, which he has given the name Starship 2.0, will be approximately twice as large as Starship 1.0. In a tweet, Elon revealed that the diameter of Starship version 2.0 would be 18 meters, up from the previous 9 meters. This would imply that Starship 2.0 would have a height of 240 meters, equivalent to 775 feet, and a width of 18 meters, equivalent to 60 feet. This would make the rocket with the widest base ever constructed. Compared to the Starship 1.0, the cross-sectional area of this new vessel would be 4 times larger, and its volume would be 9 times greater. The engines will likely receive some sort of upgrade from the ultra-heavy Starship 2.0. This indicates that Starship 2.0 will be capable of launching approximately 1,000 tons with each launch. Musk requires extremely potent engines to launch a rocket of this magnitude. To assist in the launch of the rocket, approximately 60 Raptor 1.0 engines will be required. Thankfully, Elon has been working diligently to develop a more potent engine known as the Raptor 2.0. Elon Musk has provided a new update on his Twitter account, which hints that the orbital test flight of Starship could take place very soon. Each Raptor 1 engine above produces 185 metric ton of force. Raptor 2 just started production and will do 230 plus tons, or over 500,000 pounds of force. If the Starship 2.0 were powered by a Raptor 2 engine, fewer than 60 engines would be required to get it off the ground. If the 18-meter Starship 2.0 had the original scaling as the original Starship, it would be a payload 9 times greater than the original. If it were built, a rocket with the height of 240 meters would be roughly 75% as tall as the Eiffel Tower, and would be twice as tall as the Statue of Liberty. That's very impressive and a massive development. Possibility of transporting undividable tons of load. It's possible that Mars does need some 600-ton payloads. that can't easily be divided up into 150-ton chunks. And this is another reason why this huge Starship was designed. Because of the severe environmental conditions on Mars, the Martian colony can't engage in manual labor. They will require things such as an iron ore excavator, civil aircraft, and steel mills, with massive cauldrons and rolling mills to succeed, things that are difficult to divide up into separate loads of a manageable size. The 9-meter payload bay diameter starts to look problematic for some things that the Mars colony might ultimately need, but the 18-meter Starship 2.0 would be a more feasible option for carrying those things. Also, the massive payload of the future Generation 2 SpaceX Starship could launch factories and advanced production systems anywhere. Most importantly, Musk will be able to accomplish his plans for Mars much more quickly with this larger and more powerful rocket. The capability of the powerful Starship to lift more cargo in a single journey will allow for quicker delivery of the supplies required by the colonizers, which will reduce the number of trips required to complete the task. Economic impact. Additionally, it is important to consider the financial implications of Starship 2.0. Musk said full reusability and thrifty use of propellant would drop the cost of each Starship 1.0 launched for just $2 million. However, it is important to remember that one journey on the Starship 2.0 is equivalent to 8 trips on the Starship 1.0. The cost of launching the Starship 2.0 would be an estimated $8.4 million, with fuel accounting for $7.2 million and supported operations costing approximately $1.2 million. On the other hand, if SpaceX was to launch Starship 1.0 8 times, it is estimated that the total cost would be around $16 million. This means that the cost of transporting the same amount of payload on Starship 2.0 is lesser. In addition, the number of passengers aboard each batch of Starship 2.0 will increase from the initial 100 to 1,000 over the course of the project. This makes Starship 2.0 to be the perfect choice. Starship will be the Starlink 2.0 Pez dispenser. The amazing feature was recently revealed in a video deck that was part of the presentation that SpaceX CEO Elon Musk gave to the company's staff. It demonstrates how SpaceX's Starship will be able to effectively deploy the thousands of Starlink 2.0 satellites that the company plans to place into orbit over the next few years. Musk uploaded the deck to Twitter, featuring a video animation of Starship releasing Starlink 2.0 satellites through a narrow opening near the spacecraft's cone. Under the post that Elon Musk shared on social media, one of the CEO's followers commented, "Starship's Pez dispenser in action." Musk's response was, "Maybe we should make an actual Starship model that dispenses Pez for our merch store." The Falcon 9 rocket that SpaceX uses to launch its current generation Starlink satellites typically lifts off with a batch of approximately 50 satellites at a time. However, Musk stated Starship earlier this month is the only thing that can carry the Starlink 2 satellites. Falcon has neither the volume nor the mass to orbit capability required for Starlink 2. Musk explained that the next generation satellite would weigh approximately 1.25 tons, have the diameter of approximately 23 feet, and be almost the order of magnitude more capable than the current Starlink 1 satellites. However, when he made the statement, he did not specify whether he was speaking in terms of bandwidth or throughput. Musk also explained that Starlink 2.0 would weigh approximately 4 times as much as the V1.5 and slightly less than 5 times as much as the V1. This could be another reason why Elon Musk is investing massively towards Starship 2.0. Thanks for watching, fellow tech fanatics. Let us know what your thoughts are about this new Starship in the comment section below. Before you go and watch another video, make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. See you on the next one.